Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got another Atlanta Braves Reds game. We're going to do a 3-game tribute here to Mr. Pete Rose, all-time hits leader and should be in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose. We got the Braves here on May 23rd taking on the Reds. We got Jerry Royster leading off, playing second. We got batting second, playing center field, Barry Bonnell. Batting third, playing right field, Gary Matthews. Batting fourth, playing left field, Jeff Burris. Batting fifth, playing first base, Dale Murphy. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Biff Pocaroba. Batting seventh, playing third base, Rod Gilbreth. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is the Rocket, Pat Rocket. Batting ninth, doing the pitching is Preston Hanna. Now let's take a look at the hometown Reds. We got leading off the tribute guy himself, Pete Rose, playing third base. Batting second, playing right field is Ken Griffey. Batting third, playing second base is Joe Morgan. Batting fourth, playing left field, George Foster. Batting fifth, playing first base, Dan Dreesen. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Johnny Bench. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Davey Concepcion. And batting eighth and playing center field, Ken Henderson. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is Fred Norman. Let's get down here to Cincinnati and Three Rivers Stadium and get this game started. And Jerry Royster lead it off here for the Braves, batting .280 with no homers and 11 RBIs. Fred Norman's on the mound. This is his 10th start. He's 3-5 with a 4.82 ERA. And here's the pitch to Jerry. And Jerry gets a hold of this one off of Fred. A nice way to start the game for the Braves. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So Royster's already in scoring position, nobody out. Piece of hitting by Jerry. And we got Barry Bonnell up. Barry's hitting .245 on the year, no homers and 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Barry. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Let's see here. Actually, it's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that'll be out number 1. So Jerry stays put. Now we got the Sarge up as Ken Castro rejoins us. Exactly. I hope Pete does a hell of a good job like he did in the first game. Ken, I agree with you. Oh, Pete. And Matthews is batting .257, 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Morgan's got that for out number 2. So far the leadoff double still stuck at second. See if Jeff Burris can drive him in here. Burris is batting .277 with 5 homers and 19 RBIs. And he does get a hold of this, folks. And with Royster's speed, he should score easily. And that's going to be a double in left field. So the Braves are up 1-0. Jeff Burris comes through with a 2-out double. And here comes the man that was red hot in game number 1, Dale Murphy. Got a homer in that game. He's been now batting .207, 8 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Concepcion over to first. And that'll end the inning, but the Braves get on the board first. Braves 1. The Reds coming to bat with Pete Rose, Griffey, and Morgan. You see the team comparisons here. The Braves are 14-23, striking out 252 times. They've walked 170, hit 67 doubles and 25 triples. The Reds are 17-24. They've struck out 338 times, walked 221. They've had 113 doubles and 11 triples. And Pete Rose comes up here to lead off this game, batting .305. He had a nice game 1, folks. Let's look and see what he did in game 1. I think he was 2 for 3 with a walk. if I remember correctly. 2 for 4 with a walk and an RBI. So let's see if Pete can keep this up here to game number 2. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 6. And that is going to be an infield hit for Pete. So Pete Rose shows off his speed. And he's aboard here with the leadoff single. So Pete Rose having a hell of a good series so far. A little tribute to him. Just so lucky that the Braves was supposed to be playing these Reds here in '78. Guess it was meant to be. And well, we got Ken Griffey up batting .313 with a homer and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Barry's out there today, makes the catch for out number 1. And let's see here. And Pete Rose is going to try to show off here, folks, for you. He's going to take off stealing. Biff does not have a very good arm behind the plate. And HANNA, not a great move. So it'll be a 27. So a 53 or lower. Pete steals second. And we drop the dice, of course. Makes this an official game. And Pete's in there with a stolen base, folks. Pete Rose trying to do it all here in this tribute games. He steals second. And so now you got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. See how many stolen bases that is for Pete here in this season. And that is Pete's only his second stolen base. He's been caught 3 times. And now you got him up here on down in second for Joe Morgan. See if Joe Morgan can drive him in here. Morgan's batting .230 on the year with 4 homers and 16 RBIs as Clinton Parks joins us. Exactly. Clinton, exactly. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Morgan's down at first. So first and second and 1 out. George is up here. And Foster batting .312 on the year. He's got 12 homers and 42 RBIs. And that's going to be back-to-back walks. Preston has walked himself into a damn mess here in the first. He's got a 1-run lead. He needs a ground ball in the worst way. And Dan Dreesen's up. Dreesen's batting .215, 2 homers and 16 RBIs. And that is going to be a ground ball down the second. 31 and a 7. Probably fielding column 3. 31. Yep, barely column number 2. Let's see if they can turn 2 here. And that's going to be a runner out at second. Everybody's going to advance. They can't turn the double play. Let's make sure. That's batter out at first, and Dreesen's an F batter. So that's going to be the 4-6 put out. And a run's going to score. Tie this ball game up. We got first and third now and 2 outs for Johnny Bench in a 1-1 game. And Bench is batting a .183, off to a slow start this year. 7 homers and 21 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Rocket. He flips it over to second rather, for out number 3. As Legend Sports Universe joins us here. Check out his great channel, folks. Doing some football right now and getting ready for basketball. And of course, there's a great baseball league too. He's getting prepared for season number 3 in that. Starting season number 1 in the basketball. Now we're back to the top of the second in a brand new ball game. It's 1-1. Pocoroba, Gilbreth, and the Rocket due up. Biff batting .292. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out the center. Henderson, just coming over from the Mets, makes the catch for out number 1. And Gilbert's up now. And Rod's batting .220 with no homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Concepcion. Over to first for out number 2. Season 4 for baseball. Sorry about that, Legends. Yep. And now you got the Rocket due up. He's batting a .172. And here's the pitch to the Rocket. And that's going to be a ground ball down back to the mound. And 15-1. That's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be an E1. And the Rocket gets aboard here with 2 outs. And that brings up HANNA. So at the very least, it gets the pitcher out of the way here in the second. So he doesn't lead off the third. HANNA's batting .500, so we don't need no stinking DH. So here's the pitch to Preston. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes HANNA out. That ends the inning. The error doesn't cost him, and we go to the bottom of the second in a 1-1 game. I'll knot it up. Got Concepcion, Henderson, and Norman due up. Davey is batting .262 with no homers and 11 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of Preston. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field for a leadoff double. And the go-ahead runs down at second with nobody out for Henderson. And Ken Henderson has just came over from the Mets. This is his first plate appearance for the Reds. And he batted a .167 with 3 homers and 19 RBIs in 78. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Ken out. That's a big out here. 1 down now with a runner down at second. And Norman's going to swing away here. He's already in scoring position. He's batting .087, no homers, but he does have 1 RBI on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jerry at second. I'll probably get the runner over to third. See, with 1 out, that's going to be a pop fly down the third. Gilbert makes the catch for out number 2. And Concepcion still down at second. And here comes the man. This game's a tribute to Pete Rose. He's having a hell of a series. He's 1 for 1 today. He has a single, a stolen base, and came around to score the only run. And he drive in a run now. And that's going to be, I think he's done it, folks. 6 on a 7. That's going to be a single in the right field with 2 outs. Matthews does not have an arm out there. So with 2 outs, I think he's going to get the job done here. And a 2 will be a 54. Yep. And Davey's going to come in to score with no throw. So an RBI single by Pete. And he gives the Reds a 2-1 lead. So Pete Rose is trying to be the man on these tribute games here. And now you got Ken Griffey up. Griffey's 0 for 1. He flew out. You know what? I think Pete's going to take off again here. He's going to try to make the highlight reel here. A 27, I think we said that was what, a 51, 53 or lower. And they nailing this time. Biff says, no, you're not showing me up twice. So Pete Rose gets gunned down this time. That'll end the inning, but his RBI single gives the Reds a 2-1 lead as we go to the top of the third and the top of the order due up here. Royster's 1 for 1 with a double and came around to score the Braves' only run. And that's going to be a base hit, I believe, against the lefty. It's going to be a base hit in the left field. Royster's aboard again here, this time with a leadoff single. And Barry Bonnell's up now. Runner on first and nobody out. He lined out to short his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 9. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Ken Griffey's got a hell of an arm with nobody out. I don't think he's going to chance it here. He's going to stay put at second, Royster is. A single might score him anyway. So you got first and second, nobody out. And the Sarge is up. And all of a sudden the Braves put Norman in a tight spot here. Fred, with runners on first and second and Sarge up, he's popped up to second his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Foster's got it for out number 2. Out number 1, rather. Here comes Jeff Burris. He had that RBI double, went back in the first. Can he do it again here, folks? With Bonnell's speed at first, he might be able to score 2. And that's going to be a 40. The team. 10, 12, 16, 16, 24, 33, 35, 36, 39. That'll be fielding column 2. Low line drive in the center. With 1 or 2 outs, and there is 1 out, so that's going to be a rare play. Rare play on a 40 with first and second. First and second. 32 and a 40. 32 and a 40. That's hit out the left field. And who's out there? George is out there. And that's going to be a single in the left. Runner scores. Batter to second on air. F batter to third. Both runners scoring an F batter to third. Nope. He's an S. So he gets down to second. So that's going to be a single and an E7. And both runners are going to score. And the batter's going to get down to second. So George screws the pooch there. And the Braves are now in the lead with a runner down at second. And still only 1 out. What a miscue by George Foster out there in left field. Braves take advantage of it. Plate 2 and take a 3-2 lead here. And now you got Dale Murphy up. He grounded out the short his first time up. Can Murph drive in Jeff out there at second? Here's the pitch to the mighty Murph. And that's going to be a ground ball. No, that's going to be a hit by pitch. And they ain't happy at all. That's the second hit by pitch in this series against the Braves. And Dale's having a hell of a series. The Braves are at the top of the steps chirping. Nobody comes out, but the Braves ain't happy. Of course, old Murph, he's trying to settle everybody down. He's not looking for a fight. Now you got first and second again, and 1 out, and Biff's up. Biff, he flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Johnny Bench, Gold Glover's back there, makes the catch for out number 2. He popped up to his counterpart. Biff did, and now it's up to Gilbreth. They had some more runs here. He grounded out the short his first time up. Rod do it again here and deliver. That's going to be a fly ball out to Henderson in center field. That'll end the inning. But the 2-run error out there by Foster gives the Braves a 3-2 lead. We go to the bottom of the third. We got Griffey, Dreesen and Bench due up here against Hanna. See if he can hold this lead. Griffey is 0 for 1. He has flown out the center. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left for out number 1. And that'll bring up Mr. Joe Morgan now. And Morgan is walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster at second over to Murph for out number 2. And now Big George is up. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be against a righty 9 and an 8. That's going to be a single in the left field. And George is aboard here with a 2-out single. And Dreesen's up with a runner on first and 2 outs. He had an RBI ground ball his first time up. And that's going to be a foul ball. Nope, that's going to be a base on balls. That W is a killer. Hanna walks him. Now you got first and second and 2 outs. All this coming here with 2 outs, a single and a walk, and Johnny Bench is up. He grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. Not deep enough, short of the track, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Hanna gets out of that 2-out mess with nobody scoring. To the top of the 4th we go. And the bottom part of the order due up. We got the Rocket followed by Hanna and then the Royster. And you can see the Braves are batting .250 on the year with a .320 on base percentage, slugging .388 and an OPS of .708. The Reds are also batting .250 with a .327 on base percentage, slugging .377 and a .704 on base percentage. And here's the pitch to the Rocket. He's 0 for 1 today. He did reach on an error his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty and 7. And that's going to be popped up. That's a swing and a miss. He strikes the Rocket out for out number 1. Nice piece of pitching by Norm. And Hanna's up now. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Norm strike out the side here. And Jerry's having a great game. He's 2 for 2. He scored twice. He has a double and a single. And he's going to get another single here, folks. Royster 3 for 3 with a 2-out single here in the 4th. Bench behind the plate. Does he want to try to steal here? 22. 44 lower to get in the scoring position. He's going to try to take off here against Bench. 44 lower. He's in there. And he's in there. Royster's in there with a stolen base. So now he's in scoring position with 2 outs for Barry. See if Bunnell can drive him in. He's lined out the short and singled. He's been hitting the ball well here today. Can he keep it up? And yes, he can. Let's see here. Against the 10, a runner on second. And that is going to be a single in the center field. And with Royster speed, he should score. This stolen base may pay off here, folks. 360. And he's going to score with no throw. Good job by Royster getting in the scoring position. And he just doubled the lead here with your. Now it's a 2-run lead instead of a 1-run lead. Double your fun, double your pleasure, double your lead with double mint gum, guys. Now you got a runner down at first for Sarge. And there is 2 outs. And do we want to send Barry? We might send Barry here with 2 outs. 24. Let's see. And we are. Barry's going to try to take off running against Bench. And you don't see this very often. A 24, a 46 or lower, he's safe. And they throw him out. Johnny says, no, 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 not back-to-back stolen bases. So Barry goes down on the caught stealing, and that ends the inning. But the Braves add one, makes it a 4-2 ball game. You got Concepcion, Henderson, and Norman due up. Davies 1 for 1 with a double back in the second, came around to score. And that's going to be a base on balls. Hannah walks Davy, and now the tying run comes to the plate in Henderson. And Ken's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 51 on a 2. It's going to probably be fielding column 2. Yep. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Henderson out for the second time today, folks. Big strikeout there. Norm's up, going to try to sacrifice, get him over to second. He's 0 for 1 today. He's popped up third. And a 30 on a sacrifice. That's going to be hit down the third rather. Gilbert's only play is going to be over to first with Murphy covering. And that'll be out number 2, but the runner's in scoring position now for Mr. Rose, and he has came through before. Can he do it again here? He's a perfect 2 for 2. He's got an RBI. He scored and he's stolen a base. Yeah, the Doublemint twins were spectacular. I agree with you. Those green shirts look good on them. Here's the pitch to Pete Rose. And that's going to be probably a rare play here. A 65, yeah, a rare play on a 39 with a runner out at second. 39. Have to re-roll the dice. 62 and a 39. That'll be a 13. That'll be hit down the second. Royster's a 7. And that's not going to be good. Not going to be good at all. That's going to be a single through second. Runner's going to score. That's runner stops at third. Nope, that's going to be a single through second. And Davies going to score, and it's a 1-run ball game. Pete Rose keeps delivering here, folks. A perfect 3 for 3 today. And is Pete going to take off and try to get in scoring position? I say he is. He's been thrown out once today, hasn't he? Let's see here. Has Pete been thrown out today? Take a look here at the scorecard. I think he's got a stolen base and been thrown out. If I remember correctly. Let's see here. Stolen base, yep, and was caught stealing. So he's 1 for 2, and he's going to try to make it 2 for 3. Again, it'll be a 27. That's a 53 or lower. And he's in there with his second stolen base. Pete Rose is trying to do it all, folks. Old Charlie Hustle living up to his name here. That's for sure. Now you got him down in scoring position in a 4-3 ball game for Griffey with 2 outs. Griffey is 0 for 2. He's flown out to center and left. And that's going to be a 40. And that's going to be a wild pitch. And that's going to send Pete down the third. Now the runner is 90 feet away. Another wild pitch, and that's going to be a tie ball game. So here's the 1-0 pitch to Griffey. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field, and Pete's going to score. And it's a tie ball game, folks. Hannah can't get that damn third out. Now you got Morgan up with Griffey down at first. And Griffey's going to take off and try to steal here, folks. And he'll be Well, matter of fact, he can't be thrown out. And he's in there easily with a stolen base. So Griffey's now in scoring position. And everybody's running amok. Amok. And now you've got Griffey in scoring position for Joe Morgan in a 4-4 game. And that's going to be a base hit in center field. And Griffey's going to score with no throw. So the stolen base pans out. And it's a 5-4 ball game. And now George is up. The runner down at first. And Morgan's going to take off and try to steal a base here. And he'll be a 35. So a 66 is the only way he's out. And he's in there with a stolen base. Like I say, everybody's running wild on Biff. So again, a runner down at first, and George is up. Down at second, and George is up. So here's the pitch from HANNA. And that's going to be a base on balls. And HANNA looks rattled out there, folks. They go out and talk to him. And Dreesen's up now, first and second. All this happening with 2 outs. All he needs is that third out and get the hell back into the dugout here and give the bats a chance. And Dan is 0 for 1. He has walked and driven in a run on a ground out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that ends the inning, but 3 runs score. And the Reds take a 5-4 lead into the top of the 5th. We got the big boys due up here for the Braves. Matthews, Burris, and Murphy. Sarge is 0 for 2. He's popped out and flown out. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit, infield hit for Matthews. So Matthews is aboard here with nobody out. And Jeff Burris is up. And we got to do, Matthews doesn't have his, something's wrong here. Give me a second here. Matthew doesn't have his base running. See what's wrong here. Matthews has still got Matthews with the Braves. Yeah, that's, so we need to get rid of this. Just put a stolen base rating in there. ST-D21. There we go. And back to the game. That's better. Now we got it. D21. And Jeff Burris is up now. He's a perfect 2 for 2. He has an RBI double and an RBI single. And that's going to be a 7 against the lefty, a 2. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And let's see here. Base hit in the right field, a 3. That'll be a 41. Griffey with a great arm out there, nobody out. So Matthews is going to stop at second. Doesn't want to get thrown out. He probably scores on a single anyway. So nobody out, and now Murph's up. Can Murph hit a 3-run homer here, folks, and light this scoreboard up for the Braves? Murph is 0 for 1 today. He is grounded out and been hit by a pitch. Can he make him pay for hitting him? Here's the pitch to the mighty Murph. And that's going to be a 10. And that's going to be a single, not a home run. And Matthews will score easily. And Burris with his speed's going to stop at second. So that's going to be a base hit into left field, an RBI single for Murph. And it's still first and second. And now they're getting a bullpen up for the Reds. Let's see here. You got the switcher and you got righties coming up. So you got Manny out in the bullpen. I think that's who's going to get up. Manny and Humes getting up. Okay, and now you got Biff up. Biff is 0 for 2 today. Still nobody out here in the fifth, and it's a tie ball game. It's 5-5. Here's the pitch to Pokerova, and that's going to be a base hit, I believe, a 9. Yes, it is. That's going to be a single into center field. Let's see here. Jeff does not have very good speed, and still nobody out. Let's see here. 56 minus a 34 plus 5. 27. 27. Do we want to chance it? I'd say no. We're going to hold him up. We're going to have bases loaded. Nobody out here, folks. Let's see here. That's going to be it for Norm or not. Norm's due up fourth. Tie ball game. Bases loaded. They're going to play back for the double play here. Or not. They're going to bring the infield in and try to get the old 2-3 double play here somehow. Gilbert's over 2. He's grounded out and flown out. They're going to bring the infield in, trying to cut off the run. Can Gilbert's come through here, folks? And that's going to be against the lefty 3. And he is going to come through. Nice job by Gilbert. Nice job by Gilbert. 8, and he hits lefties well. So, yep, that is going to be a single in the right field. And Murphy is going to stop at third. They're going station to station here, folks. And that's going to be it for Fred, as he can't get a single out here in the fifth. So, Fred's coming out of the ball game. Let's see who the Reds are going to go with here. You got the righty due up. HANNA coming up after that. Yeah.
Sarmiento.
Let's see, Manny's coming in. Yeah, let's see what we're going with. Try to stop the bleeding here. So Manny, this is his 9th game. He's 0-2 with a 3 ERA. He's got the bases juiced, nobody out, and the Rockets up. Again, they're keeping the infield in. And that's going to be a 34. And that's going to be a shallow fly ball. That's going to be pretty deep out to the left. 54 and a 2. That should be fielding column 3, I would think. And it is. 56. That's a 34. Sorry, that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's a big strikeout. Good job by Manny. That was a swing and a miss. I thought it was a fly ball, but he's got the Y. He strikes out the Rocket. Now there's 1 out. They're going to play the infield back, try to get the double play. HANNA has struck out twice. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. And can Manny get out of this mess with no more runs scoring? It's up to Jerry Royster. 2 outs now, and the base is still loaded. And Royster's a perfect 3 for 3. A double and 2 singles. He has scored all 3 times. And he connects, folks. Jerry Royster trying to be the man. He drives this ball into the outfield. That ball is far. That ball is off the wall. Takes a crazy bounce out there in deep right field. And he's going to run for a while. And that brown-eyed, handsome man's making the turn for third. And he's in there with a 3 RBI triple. Man, he can't get out of it. Royster makes him pay. And the Braves are up 9-5 with a runner down at third. And Manny's shaking his head after getting 2 big outs. And now Barry Bonnell's up with a runner on third. He is 2 for 3 today with an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Griffey. Too little, too late here in the 5th as the Braves score 5 and take a 4-run lead into the bottom of the 5th. And you got bench. Concepcion and Henderson due up here. Johnny's 0 for 2. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and flown out. And that's going to be a base on balls. And here we go. HANNA's going to try to make it interesting. And Davey Concepcion's up now. 4-run lead, and he's walking a guy. Davey's 1 for 1. He's doubled and walked. And he's going to walk again. Back-to-back walks. What the hell's he think he's doing? Now you got Ken Henderson up. And Ken is 0 for 2. He struck out twice against HANNA. Can he strike him out and give him the hat trick? And not this time, folks. That is going to be a base hit in the center field. And bench with not great speed, still probably going to score here. Sorry, that's a base hit in the right field. So a 56 and a 24. He's definitely going to score with Matthews' arm. So bench will score with no throw. The question is, will Davey Concepcion try to make it to third on this? 54. 24. And a 24. He's probably going to make it with no throw. Yep, and Concepcion's going to make it to third, and there's still nobody out. So an RBI single. And now it's first and third. Just like that, the Reds are right back in it, folks. And Manny's going to get pitched hit for. As HANNA's struggling here. Now it's a 3-run game. Let's see who's going to come off the bench. Yeah, I think it's going to be, let's see here, what kind of lefties we got. It's going to be Geronimo or Mike Lum. I think it's going to be Lum's going to come off the bench. Mike Lum's going to come off the bench. So Mike Lum comes off the bench here with nobody out. Runners on first and third in a 3-run ball game. Braves are looking to turn 2. Lum's batting .227 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks another batter. HANNA has walked himself into a damn mess here. And here comes the man you don't want up, Mr. Rose himself with the bases full. Bases full of Reds. Concepcion down at third, Henderson at second, and Lum at first. And Pete Rose is 3 for 3 today, folks. Let's see here. The Braves don't have a lefty in the bullpen. Pete's going to bat here against HANNA. Pete's 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and scored twice and 2 stolen bases. And that's going to be a 6. And that's going to be a base hit over first. That's going to score 2 runs probably, maybe not. 38 and a 7. Henderson's going to stop at third. Still nobody out. And Pete Rose is 4 for 4, folks. And that's going to be it for HANNA. And it looks like Dave Campbell is going to come in the game. HANNA can't get out of this 5th inning. So Dave Campbell comes out of the bullpen. See if he can stop the bleeding. And this is Campbell's 8th appearance. No record with a 9.75 ERA. Nobody out. Base is still loaded. Ken Griffey's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be against the righty. And finally, an out. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. See if that's deep enough to score. 26 and a 1. Probably fielding column 2. And it is. And that'll, well, he 51 and a 28. Terrible arms out there. Terrible arms. 50 what? Sorry, a 47. 47. And a 28. A 26. He's going to try to score here. Henderson is a 26. A 52 or lower here. Can Jeff throw him out? And he does. How about that, folks? Nice play. Lum will get down to third on the throw. A fly ball out to left field. And Jeff Burris throws Henderson out at the plate. And Lum will get down to third. So it's first and third now and 2 outs. What a big play by Jeff Burris. Dave Campbell with the tip of the cap. They can get out of this with only 2 runs scoring. The Braves will be happy. You got Joe Morgan up now. Morgan's 1 for 2. He has walked and singled and drove in a run back in the 4th. And they're not going to get out of this with only 2 runs scoring. 4. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And Rose will get down to third easily. And it's still first and third. And now it's a 1-run ball game. And George is up at the plate. And George is 1 for 1. He's walked twice and singled back in the third. And that's going to be another base hit. That's going to be another single in the right. And again, still first and third. And now it's a tie ball game. And just like that, it's 9-9. And the Reds have scored 4 here in the 5th. And Dan's up 0 for 2. Can he untie this ball game? And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And a 24 on the 7 might be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a hit by pitch, unless he's an HB0. He hits him, folks. And the Reds thinks that's retaliation. It loads the bases up for Joey Henderson. And that might add a little bit of purpose to it. No doubt about a little frustration. They've hit 2 Braves in this series. Now you got Bench up. He's 0 for 2. He has grounded out and flown out. And he's going to make them pay for that, though. It's going to bust this game wide open. That's going to be a single in the left field. And Foster's going to score. And 33, 28. And Dan's going to stop at second. That's a 2 RBI single. And now the Reds take 11-9 lead, and they have scored 6 runs here in the 5th. And the Braves can't stop the bleeding. Davey Concepcion's 1 for 1. He started this 5th inning with a walk. Here's the pitch. And finally, that'll end the inning. That'll be hit down the first. Murph will take it himself, touch the bag, but not until the Reds take an 11-9 lead. We go to the top of the 6th in a crazy ball game. No pitching here today. And you got Matthews, Burris, and Murphy due up here, the big boys. Let's see who's going to come out and pitch. The bench. Pedro's going to come out here and pitch. See if he can hold this lead. And this is Pedro's 24th appearance. He's 2-2 with a 3.65 ERA. They'll be facing the big boys here in the top of the 6th. Matthews is 1 for 3, single back in the 5th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 1. No, they're not. Their pitching sucks, Ken. Red's got a hell of a lineup, so when they're going up against guys like this, they're going to beat the shit out of them. Their lineup ain't bad, but their pitching staff ain't nothing to talk about. They got Bear out there. They can get to the 9th inning, the 7th on, maybe bring him in the 8th. He's a damn good closer, but other than that, that bullpen sucks. And their starting pitching isn't much to talk about. And here's Jeff Burris. He is 3 for 3 today. 3 RBIs. He's doubled and singled twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the rows over to first for out number 2. And it's up to Murphy here to get on board. Trailing by 2. Murph is 1 for 2. He has grounded out, been hit by a pitch, and drove in a run back in the 5th with a single. And that's going to be a pop-up down the 2nd. And the Braves go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the 6th we go. We got the bottom part of the order due up here. Henderson and Pedro's going to hit for himself. Like to see him get through the 7th inning. And then back to the top of the order in rows. Henderson's 1 for 3 today. And he's going to be 2 for 4 today, I believe. 7. Yep, that's going to be a single in the left field. And Henderson's aboard here with a leadoff single. And Pedro's going to try to bunt him down to second. Here's the pitch. He is batting 500 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be 2 failed misses. So that's an 0-2 pitch coming to him. 63 and a 32. And he gets that ball down to third. Gilbert's up with it. And he'll fire over to Murphy. And that'll be a good sacrifice bunt. Runner down at second now with 1 out for Pete Rose. And Mr. Rose is a perfect 4 for 4 today, folks. He has 3 RBIs, scored 3 times, stolen 2 bases. He has 4 singles in this game, folks. Here's the pitch to Pete. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be another hit by pitch. And the Reds are fuming. They're coming out of the dugout, folks. They just hit Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle is steaming mad. Biff grabs him, holds him back. Nobody gets ejected, but they are chawing at the bit now. First and second. You can't beat them up. Ken Griffey is 1 for 4. He's got an RBI in this game. Braves looking for a double play ball. And that might do it here. 31 and a 4. And no, that's barely column number 2. So that might still be a double play. Yeah, F batter, safer. Nope, they won't get the double play as Griffey beats the throw. That's a 5-4 put out. So now it's first and third and 2 outs as Griffey beats the throw from second. Joe Morgan's up now. Morgan's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And that'll end the inning. Royster comes up with it, fires over the Murph. And the Braves get out of that mess with nobody scoring. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 11-9 Reds game. We got Pokerova, Gilbreth, and the Rockets up. And Biff is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center, in the left field. That'll be out number 1. And Gilbreth's up now. And Gilbreth is 1 for 3. He's singled back in the 5th. And that's going to be a rare play. 21 and a 36. And that's going to be a strike 1 to him. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he gets a hold of this 0-1 pitch. See where this one's going to land at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. That brings a tying run to the plate. And the Rockets up now with a runner down at second. We need to get him in somehow, some way. Gilbreth is 0 for 3. He's reached on the ground. He's reached on an error and struck out twice. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves will take it. Rockets down there. And now the tying runs down at first. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Dave Campbell. And all of a sudden, the bullpen's not getting the job done. And Bear is getting warmed up. You might have to come in here earlier and inspect it. Let's see here. Who's going to come off the bench? I think it's going to be Brian Asselton's going to come off the bench. See if Asselton can do something here. Runners on first and second and 1 out. And Brian's batting a .198 with a homer and 8 RBIs. And he does deliver, I believe, here. Yep. Against the righty. That's going to be a single in the center field. And that's going to score Gilbreth. Henderson's got a good arm. We'll check this and make sure. 3. Let's see here. 3. That'll be a 50. So a 32, 32, 62 or lower. And he'll make it home here. Be an RBI single. And he makes it, folks. Nice job. An RBI single by Brian makes it a 1-run ball game. And still first and second and 1 out. And here comes the man, Jerry Royster. A perfect 4 for 4 today, folks. First and second and still no bounce. Sorry, still 1 out. Royster, like I say, he has a triple. He has a double. And he has 2 singles. Looking for the homer to hit for the cycle here. Can he do it, folks? And he does square this one up. But it's not going to be a home run. He puts a lot of wood on it. But that's just going to be a base hit in the center right field. And that is going to score Rocket. And let's see if Asselton's going to make it down to, yep, he should make it down the third. 54 minus a 35 plus a 15. 34. 34. 21. And they're not even going to throw down the third. They're going to keep Royster at first. That's going to be an RBI single and tie this ball game up. And the runner's going to get down the third. And they're going to stay back for the double play here. As Bunnell's up now, and it's an 11-11 ball game. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Is that deep enough to score Royster is the question. 56 it should be. Yeah, Brian Asselton will score with no throw. And all of a sudden now the Braves have got a 12-11 lead here. And the Sarge is up with a runner down at first. And the Braves have scored 3 runs here in the 7th. And Matthews is up. He's 1 for 4. He's singled back in the 5th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Gary out. And now you got 7th inning stretch time. You got Foster, Dreesen, and Bench due up, and he's going to come out of this bullpen and try to hold this game down is the question. And it looks like it's going to be Eddie Solomon's going to try to come out and get the job done. Yeah, exactly, Ken. It's crazy, ain't it? Crazy. It is right. 27 hits. What just happened there? Why didn't Eddie come in the ball game here? So this is Eddie's 12th appearance. He's 0-2 with 1 save with a 4.7 ERA. George is a perfect 2 for 2, 2 walks. He's got 2 singles in this game, 2 walks and 2 singles. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Eddie strikes out George for out number 1. And Dan comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has an RBI. He has walked. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Here we go. Here we go. And that's going to be a base hit, infield hit for Dan. Now the time runs down at first. Go ahead runs at the plate, and Johnny bench. And Johnny's 1 for 3 today with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a 35. That's going to be a foul ball. Biff takes the mask off. Johnny pops up to his counterpart in foul territory for out number 2. Davey Concepcion comes up to the plate now. Davey's 1 for 2 with 2 walks. He has doubled back in the second. And that's going to be against the righty. 13 and an 8. And that is going to be a nice play out there in right field by Matthews. He makes the catch. And that ends the inning. And the Braves hold them off. For now, we go to the top of the 8th. Let's see here. Pedro's due up second. Try to get through this 8th inning. He's got Burris, Murphy, and Pocoroba here. See if he can get through the inning. Biff is 3 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Dan at first for out number 1. Here comes the Murph. Murphy's, 1 for 3. He's singled back in the 5th. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that'll be out number 2. Concepcion makes the play in the infield. And now Biff's up. He's 1 for 4. He has flown out twice, popped up and single. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 64 and a 9. Davey Concepcion might screw the pooch here. 64 and a, yep. That is going to be an error on Davey Concepcion at E6. And Biff's aboard here with 2 outs. Braves keeping this inning alive, trying to add an insurance run. Gilbreth is 2 for 4 with an RBI and a double. And that's going to be a against the righty. A 9. That'll be an 8. The runner down at first. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Biff stops at second. How costly is that error looking now? Now you got first and second. And the Rockets up. First and second in the Rocket. He's 0 for 3. He's reached on an error, struck out twice and walked, came around the score. And that's going to be a base on balls. No, it's not. That's going to be a 2-0 pitch. So 2-0 count to him. And that's going to be a 32. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Griffey makes the catch. The Braves strand 2. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 1-run ball game. You got Henderson due up, followed by Pedro. We'll have a pitch hitter for him, and then Rose. You can see the Braves have scored 138 runs on 39 homers, 11 stolen bases, and 5 caught stealings. The Reds, they've scored 166 runs on 38 homers, 23 stolen bases, and 7 caught stealing. Henderson is a nice 2 for 4 today. Here's the pitch to Ken. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gilbreth at third. He fires over to Murph for out number 1. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Pedro. He's going to come off the bench here. It's going to be Dave Collins is going to come off the bench, I believe, the switchy. Yeah, Dave Collins is coming off the bench. don't see Dave Collins here telling me he's not active. He must not be active. Okay, so Dave Collins is not active. Should have checked it before the game. So it's going to be Geronimo is going to come off the bench. Geronimo will come off the bench then. Geronimo's batting .214 on the year with 1 homer and 9 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be a fly ball out to the left field. Jeff Burris makes the catch for out number 2. And it's up to Pete Rose to keep this 8th inning alive. Pete's a perfect 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 25 and a 4. See if Gilbert can make the play here. That'll be fielding column 1. And he does. Nice play by Gilbert. Dives, makes the stop, gets up, fires over to first, and just gets Pete for the first time today. A 1-2-3 8th inning. We go to the top of the 9th. 12-1 ball game. And Bear is going to come in the game, I think. Got to keep it a 1-run game here. So Doug's going to come in the game. Try to keep it a 1-run game. And give the Reds a chance to win it in the 9th. Doug Bear, this is his 9th appearance. He's 0-1 with 4 saves with a 1.12 ERA. And that'll be it for Solomon. We'll have a pitch hitter and then back to the top of the order. And Camp will come in and try to close this game out for the Braves. See who's going to come out of the dugout here. And I think Mr. Office, Roland's going to come off the bench here. So Office comes off the bench. He's batting .326 on the year with 2 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Griffey for out number 1. And we're back to the top of the order, and Royster's having one hell of a game, folks. He is 5 for 5. He's got a double, a triple, 4 RBIs. All he needs is a homer for the cycle. And that's not going to get it done. That's a ground ball down the short. Concepcion's got it, fires over to first. The first time they got Royster out today. That's 2 down. And Bunnell's up now. Barry's 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And that's going to end the inning. That's a ground ball down to Morgan. 1-2-3 goes to Braves in the top of the 9th. And now Camp will come out, try to hold this 1-run lead. Rick Camp comes out of the bullpen. And he'll be facing Griffey, Morgan, and Foster, the 2-3-4 hitters here. Can Rick Camp get the job done? Ken Griffey's 1 for 5 with an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff Burris in left field. He makes the catch for out number 1. And now you got Joe Morgan up. Morgan is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a stolen base in this game. And he gets a hold of this one. This game ain't over yet, folks. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Kiss it goodbye. Joe Morgan has just tied this ball game up, folks. It is now 12-12. Unbelievable. The Braves Braves can't hold a lead here. Foster is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs of his own. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Rocket. He fires over to first for out number 2. And Dan Dreesen's up now. Nobody on and 2 outs. In a tie ball game, he's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. The winning run's down at first. And Johnny Bench is at the plate. Can Johnny walk this one off? He's 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Johnny Bench with a 2-run homer, and the Reds win this game 14-12. Unbelievable. The Braves can't hold a damn lead here. What a game. What a wild freaking game. Are you kidding me? Is right. 2 home runs. Johnny Bench walks it off. Unfreaking believable. Exactly. Fucking blew that the hell and back. Audie Murphy would be proud of him. The hell and back. A walk off. I'm sure that's what that is. Yep. Take a look here at the box score. Two crazy games here, that's for sure. The Braves, 12 runs, 17 hits, out-hit the Reds, but couldn't outscore them. The Reds, 14 runs, 16 hits, and 3 errors. Look at that. Jerry Royster says, I'm 5 for 6 with 4 RBIs, and we lose the stinking game. Jeff Burris, 3 for 5, 3 RBIs. Crazy. Braves 9 for 17 with runners in scoring position and lose the game. Left 8 men on base. Look at Pete Rose, folks. 5 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Joe Morgan, 5 for 3. Johnny Bench, 2 for 5 with the game-winning RBI. Joe Morgan, 3 for 5 with that home run. Look at that, batting 500, 9 for 18 with runners in scoring position. Yeah, Camp, like I say, sucked. And they left 11 men on base. HANNA gets a no decision, pitched terrible and gets a no decision. 4 runs, 9 hits, 9 runs, 8 walks, struck out 3. Campbell comes in, goes 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Eddie Sullivan did his only Braves that did his job. 2 innings and 1 hit and struck out 1. Rick Camp goes to 0-3, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, walked 1 and gave up 2 home runs. Old Fred Norman, he pitched terrible, gets a no decision. 4 innings, 12 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned, struck out 3. Manny pitched 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. And then old Pedro comes in and screws the pooch. 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 1 and struck out 2. And Bear comes in, picks up the win. He's 1-1, 1 inning. Good job bringing him in and holding that to a 1-run game. 9 for 17. I know, it's crazy. You tell me you're 9 for 17 and you lose the fucking game. Sorry about that. You lose the game. I ain't trying to cuss. Yeah. Crazy. Take a look here at the leaderboard now. And the standings. Expos are now a half a game up on the Pirates. The Phillies are a game back. The Cubbies 3 games back. The Mets 9.5 and the Cardinals 13.5. Oh, let's do this. I ain't used to doing this. Let's go back and let's finish this day out in the National League. And then we'll look at the standings. So where's some National League games here? We got the Mets and the Pirates. Let's see who wins this ball game here. Then we'll look at the standings. And the Mets win 9 runs on 17 hits and no errors. Offensive day, apparently. The Pirates 5 runs, 10 hits, and 3 errors. Then we got the Dodgers traveling down to San Diego to take on the Padres. Tommy John on the mound for the Dodgers. And the Dodgers win 5-0. What's the star for? Tommy John throws his first shutout of the year. Dodgers 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Padres no runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Then you got the Astros taking on the Giants. All Blues on the mound for the Giants. And you got the Giants winning. That's a walk-off by the Giants. Giants 3 runs, 10 hits, and an error. The Astros 2 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. And the last game here in the National League is the Expos and Cardinals. Let's see what happens here in Montreal. Actually, it's in St. Louis. Nice pitching matchup. May and Force. Bob on the mound for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals win 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Expos 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Now let's check the standings and the leaderboard. Now the Expos are a half a game up on the Phillies and the Pirates. The Cubbies are 2.5 games back. The Mets are 8.5 games back, and the Cardinals 12.5 games back. The Dodgers are 4 games up on the Giants, 7.5 on the Astros. Padres are 8 games back. The Reds 10, and the Braves are dropping like a rock. They're 12 games back. Jose Cruz leading the National League with a .364 batting average. George is still leading with 12 home runs, and now he's up to 43 RBIs. And Robinson's leading with that 1.26 ERA. And now Steve Rogers is the first National League pitcher to make it to 7 wins. Raleigh Fingers and Bruce with 7 saves. George Foster's leading in MVP voting. And Steve Rogers is taking over the Cy Young lead. I want to thank Ken Castro, Legend Sports Universe. Check out his great channel. And the Professor Clinton Parks for showing up here in this tribute game to Pete Rose. We got one more game left in this Reds Braves series. See if the Braves can come out with a win in the last game here. See what the pitching matchup's going to be. Yeah, exactly, Ken. Minus 52 is right. We'll go back and look at that. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like I say, I'm enjoying it. I wish the Braves would win, but it's nice. I enjoy it. Like I say, if I can get the Braves to 70 wins, that's doing something with this team. They only won 69 games. I want to get them in the 70s. Easterly against Monsky. So that'll be another game. Can the Braves hold them? Easterly's not a very good pitcher either. They only got 2 decent pitchers. They got Necro and Dick Rubin. And after that, the next 3 pitchers ain't very good. Takes a lot of work to win a game. So I want to thank Ken Castro, Legend Sports Universe in Clinton. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, exactly. Later on the year. But anything is, I'm losing Dick in that trade with the Phillies. We do get Gene Garber, though. That'll help the bullpen, but it's going to hurt the rotation when that trade happens. I'm looking forward, though, to getting Garber from the Phillies. I love Gene Garber, one of my favorite pitchers. That'll be fun to get him. Let's see when that trade takes place. Let's see here. Transactions. See all of them. And we'll go with teams. Let's see here. Go by date. Okay, and then teams. So Warner comes up on the 16th, and they trade Dick on the 11th of June. Hey, Philip. So that's the trade with Gene Garber coming over. So Horner comes to town and Gene comes to town about the same time. So let's see here. Go to the Phillies. Go to the Phillies here. I wish this thing was a little easier. So yeah, Phillies make like 2 trades back to back, one with the Yankees and then with the Braves. And then with the Cubbies. Phillies are active there during the trade deadline. Alrighty, folks, I'm going to get off of here. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. What time is it now? It's 11 o'clock. Probably won't do nothing more tonight. See if anybody else is on. Catch something, maybe Beatles or somebody will be on tonight. Yes. Darn. Not many games left, Philip. Good job. Oh, I love doing seasons. It's the only reason I play this stuff is to get stats. I don't like doing one-offs. I like doing big projects. Alrighty, folks. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Cincinnati, Ohio, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.